Hi guys, this is Colin, and I have yet another clip of the great ship that is known as the Khabarovsk. I actually just finished editing my number 2 video of the Khabarovsk, and it's pretty late here in Sweden. It's after midnight, and I just thought that, well, I just gonna play one game before I go to bed, and it was this game. So I just thought I had to start editing this as well. It has been really warm in Sweden the last couple of weeks, and it's pretty usual in Sweden. We have like a really wonky climate that we have like total winter with Eskimos and ice bears running around on the streets. And then it just changes overnight pretty much. So in 1 week we go from scraping the frost from our windscreens on the car to pretty much walking around in Hawaii shirts and Bermuda shorts. And the temperature goes from below 0 to like 30 or 40 plus Celsius. It's just insane. So you don't really get any time to adjust. And so I've been quite lazy the last couple of days, because you don't really sleep so good in the night because it's so goddamn warm. But I shouldn't complain. I love summer, I love warm weather and the sun. So just suck it up, Colin. Quit whining. So we have the same map as before, and I pretty much do the same tactic as before. I just charge in, trying to spot the enemy fleet for my team. See if I can perhaps spot some enemy destroyers and start engaging them. Now we have 2 carriers on both teams. So it's a little different gameplay from my last match. Need to have that in mind, that there are 2 enemy carriers that will have planes all around you. Now I start to engage this Mogami, and Mogami is usually a ship that is very feared of destroyers, but when you play the Khabarovsk, you shouldn't really need to fear any ship. So I'm just sitting here engaging this Iowa, starting some nice fires on him. Now I see an enemy Fubuki coming in close, so of course I'm gonna switch over to him instead. It's always a top priority for me as a destroyer captain to engage and kill other destroyers, because those guys are the biggest threat to my fellow fleet members. And as you can see, the Fubuki doesn't really stand a chance to my firepower. I mean, he tries to pop smoke and get away, but just the pure rate of fire and pure damage output in this ship, it's just too much for him. You can see I'm pretty much alone on this side of the map with the entire team just in front of me. So I'm not really sure what the rest of my team is firing on, because they shouldn't really be able to fire upon anyone. Seems like one of the enemy carriers is trying to snipe our carrier. But I will still hang down here with the enemies and try to see what I can do for kind of mischiefs. Now I have incoming Yamato. It's always nice to get those out of the way. I have a 8.7 kilometer detection on this ship. So I have a small corridor for stealth firing my torps. But as I said in the previous videos, the torps are just pretty much extra. You really don't use the torps so much in the Khabarovsk, because you don't really need to. And they are pretty slow, so you have to engage some really inexperienced captain with those torps. I think they go like 55 or 58 knots or something.
Engine boost deactivated.
I managed somehow to hit that Izumo behind the Yamato. I don't really know how he could gotten hit when the Yamato must have spotted the torps way in advance. But hey, I'm not complaining. If you wanna eat my torp, you will get some more. So I'm trying to set the Izumo on fire as well. And there you go. So now I'm just spamming the shit out of these two tier 9 and tier 10 battleships. As you can see, I don't really have any support. I'm here all alone, but it really isn't really a big, huge problem. Now the Yamato secondaries are quite annoying, so I can't really go too close to the Yamato. If he's rocking the secondary build, it would really hurt. Now the fire ran out on the Yamato, so I'm trying to set a new fire, and there you go. 2 fires, always nice. Maybe we can get a full barbecue. Yeah, that's a 3rd fire, but he used his damage control. But as you can see, he's pretty much dead, so I'm just gonna finish him off. I mean, this rate of fire, I mean, it's just freaking insane. I mean, I just love this ship. I mean, for so long I really hated tier 10 games. I mean, I have a Shimakaze, I have a Sao, I have a Hindenburg, but I pretty much never play them because it's so fucking boring, tier 10 games. But when I get the Khabarovsk, it's like, I don't need to give a shit anymore. I don't need to stay safe and stay far away and hide. I can just charge in and kill everything I come up against. So I really love tier 10 games again. It's just amazing. So that's Izumo. So a tier 9 and a tier 10 battleship just melted away. As you can see, it's pretty much only me on this side of the map still. Now we have a tier 10 Hindenburg, which is a really dangerous cruiser. But, well, I send him running away as well. And this is just amazing to me, the power of this ship. Gets everyone to feel like a pro player, pretty much. Now there isn't any enemies left on my side, so I thought I'd go over to the west side of the map to start engage them instead. But now I have this New Orleans, so I start to engage him as well. Of course, New Orleans is a US cruiser that has the radar ability, so it's always good to know where cruisers like that is on the map when you're playing a destroyer. I'm using a good tactic when you have torps on your ship. You choose the torps so you can tell pretty much how enemy ship is turning on the other side of the mountain. It's a pretty good trick to know if you play torpedo boats. Otherwise it could be pretty tricky to determine exactly where a ship is heading. So I have 2 fires on this New Orleans and he puts him out. So I think, yeah, he's not immune to that one. Strange. And now I have 2 new fires on him. I mean, this guy must really love me. Oh, I got one as well, so we even. And there's a Hindenburg still burning. I mean, that guy must die to 80% fire damage or something. It's just insane. Yeah, and there's the New Orleans burned down to my fires. So now there is only 2 carriers left, and my spidey sense is starting to tingle, and I'm getting that good feeling. Could this be the Kraken game? Well, let's see. There's one CV spotted. I haven't really seen any signs of the other one yet. I'm asking our CV to go and spot their CV so I can start engage them and kill them. I really beg your pardon if I'm not really up to my standard energy this time, but I'm really tired right now. I should really wait and do this commentary another day, but I have quite a few things to do the next couple of days, so I thought I just finish this up quickly. I'm hoping you have great weather where you are living. If you want, you can leave a comment below. Just tell me how your spring is doing in your city and country. It's always nice to hear about other places. And I really first thought that that's kill number 4 and Confederate. I really thought that those bombers were going for me, but apparently they just were flying overhead. So now I know where the last carrier is. He's down in this corner. And this is really a bad mistake that many carrier players do. That they retreat their bomber squadrons straight home to the ship, which makes it really easy for an enemy ship to see exactly the location of the carrier. Instead, if he played a little bit smarter, he would call back his bombers in other pattern around the map, so to speak, so people will pretty much chase his planes around, and then he is instead in another location. And he's pretty much fucked, because he will never get out of this alive. Not with my fire rate. I have a fire on him, so I could pretty much switch to armor piercing here if I wanted to, but I was a bit tired and I just wanted to burn him down. And that's kill number 5 and the daily Kraken. So almost 500,000 credits, almost 6,000 experience, Kraken, Confederate. I hit 2 torps and I got 1 flooding, 479 hits on target. As I said, this is a real good ship for that Sister of Fog mission. And made number 1 in the team again, which is always nice. Did some decent damage, almost 50,000 damage in fires, 21 fires. I think that's a record. I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. I didn't shoot any armor piercing this time, only HE. So I'm left with 258,000 credits and some nice experience. So this is actually the final video for today. Now I'm gonna go to sleep, so I thank you so much for watching this. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Have a good one. Good night.